Hi everybody, I'm really excited to show you what I picked up at the Sephora sale, and we'll try to get on as much as we possibly can, but I do have to tell you two things. I am filming a little bit later than I intended today because while I was getting ready for this video, I put on the season finale of the Real Housewives of Orange County, and oh I couldn't, I had to finish it. I could not press pause on that one. It was juicy. I cannot wait for the reunion. Second thing I want to tell you about, as if you haven't noticed already, is that my friend Pima, pain in my ass, my little cold sore over here, who hasn't made an appearance since I think same time last year. Anyway, she came back right on time. Right on time. And I was going to film this yesterday, but I wanted to give it a little bit of time to kind of calm down. So she's on her way out, but she's still here. Just ignore her. Didn't want to delay filming this haul for you any longer. Okay, let's get started. Let's quickly talk about brows. I did pick up another Benefit Mighty Fine pen. This 3-pronged baby right here. I missed having it to use every day. I do love it very much. What I did do is pick up shade 4, which is a little bit darker than the first one that I tried and loved, which was 3.5. So a little bit darker, and I think it might be a little bit too dark for me. I think I'll go back to 3.5, but 4 works. I can make it work. But I think 3.5 is the sweet spot for me. Anyway, I love this. I was really missing this, so I'm glad to have it back. I wanted to also see, because in the meantime, I had picked up the ABH MicroStrokes pen, and I do really like this pen. Let me show it to you. It doesn't have the 3 prongs. It's just a single, very fine strokes. But having used this and then having this back in my life, I think I prefer this one, although this one is great. And the reason I prefer this one is the 3-prong. Even though you would think it would kind of get in the way, I get my brows done quicker. And also, if I just use it horizontally, it gives me the best fill-in and line just underneath my brow here. I can use it that way too. I don't just use it vertically to put in hair-like strokes. I use it to fill in and line underneath as well. So that's why I love this one so much. I didn't pick up any foundation at the sale. Today I am wearing the NATASHA DENONA Hy-Glam foundation in the shade N7, which is a perfect shade for me. But what I did differently is apply it with a sponge today. I haven't used a sponge in a really long time, and I'm starting to use them again. I don't know why. I just thought, let me try this foundation with a sponge, and I gotta tell you, it's even better. So it looks great when you apply with a brush, even more natural and beautiful on the skin with a sponge. Really, truly gorgeous. I love this. And for concealer, of course, I'm wearing the Estée Lauder Double Wear in 3N, but today I also used color corrector, which I don't necessarily need with this one on a daily basis, but today I thought I'd add a little bit of something to help correct the darkness under my eyes, and I used the Kosas color corrector in the shade Illusionist. I didn't include this in my Sephora sale recommendations video, and I actually should have. This is such a beautiful thin formula. It doesn't add another, like a heavy layer underneath your concealer. Very smooth, very nice. I use the tiniest amount. You don't need a lot of it. This is a wonderful color corrector, one of the best color correctors I've ever tried. For powder, this is a repurchase. It's the Givenchy Prisme Libre pressed powder in the shade 03. I've hit pan on the one I already have, and I wanted to take advantage of the sale and buy a backup because I love that powder so much. I'll open it up just to show you real quick, just in case you haven't seen this. So it comes with this brush here, which is actually a very good brush. And then you open it up and you have your powders in here. I love this. And this brush stays very secure in the package when you open it up. It won't fall out. And I do appreciate that about the packaging of this. It's wonderful. I love it. But I did pick up another powder that's they're calling a finishing powder, but then I was reading the fine print, and it does say you can set your makeup with this powder, and it is the One Size Bouclé something, Bouclé Silk. Anyway, I really wanted to try this initially as a finishing powder, but I am going to use it to set my makeup today because I haven't applied any powder other than the Laura Mercier Secret Under Eye Powder just under my eyes and on my lids. This is a fantastic powder for under the eyes, especially if you have fine lines, and it has color correcting properties. I use the shade Peach, but I'm not going to talk about this one. I talk about it all the time ad nauseum, and also the brush that comes with it. Super good. It's so silky and it fits right under your eye perfectly. I love it. Okay, moving on to the new stuff. So I picked up the shade Medium, and hopefully that shade works. I hope it's not too heavy, and I hope it doesn't apply too much pigment because I wouldn't want any more. I wouldn't want any more coverage, I should say, on my face. It's perfect the way it is. This is exactly how I like the coverage on my face. But let me show you this. So it is like a clear cover on top, and then no mirror, obviously, and then you have your powder. It does feel quite silky and light. Let me try and do this and see how much pigment we get on there. Yeah, it does look to have some pigment. But what I did read was that if you want a very light coverage, just use a fluffy brush, obviously, but you can get a lot more coverage if you use a dense brush, and that you can use it on its own. I don't know, we're about to find out. Right now, what I'm going to use it for is to set with a very, very fluffy brush, and then we'll take it from there. We'll see if we need any finishing by the end of this. All right, so I'm going to grab this gorgeous, beautiful, amazing brush that I love so much, the 22 from Refer. So there is like a lot of dust up, so it's not that densely packed, which is good. This is a baked formula, and I'm just gonna see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it would apply very heavily, so I'm just gonna go for it, and I'm gonna do a light dusting. And I'm gonna start at the center. Feels light. I'm gonna have to inspect just in my usual places. Just doing an inspection, an up-close inspection in the 10 times mirror from hell. What am I noticing? Not much. So it is very light. It doesn't seem to be adding like a thick layer of coverage. It is very light, very silky. I'm just putting it all over at this point because I'm not afraid of it. I will have to report back to you on how it does with setting and how it looks kind of throughout the day. True that you can get a very light dusting of this, which is typically what I like from my powders. At this point, do not pack on powder. It's the worst thing I could do. I look terrible. Every line, it just looks heavy. So for me, a light dusting of any powder, whatever it is the way to go. But it hasn't applied too much pigment, like not any coverage that is noticeable. It has kind of brought a little bit of shine down, which I didn't have too much shine to begin with. Let me put it to you this way. I can tell that something has changed on my complexion, but I can't detect what that is, which means this is doing its job. Very slight, very subtle. It looks really nice. It looks very, very nice on my face, and I'm not horrified. I don't know why I thought this might be heavy. I am going to, on an off day, try to apply this with a dense brush and on its own and see what that looks like. And definitely when I do a makeup roundup, I'll let you know. Maybe even before. But so far, so good. Okay, for bronzer, I did pick up another Hung Vanngo bronzer in the shade Straightforward. This is a replacement because the first one that I ordered came shattered and broken, and I tried it even in the state that it was, and I loved it. It was beautiful, and I knew that I wanted to pick another one up at the sale. So this is the shade Straightforward. This is so silky and beautiful and gorgeous and perfectly neutral. And it applies just the perfect amount of pigment. You can keep it light and you can build it up, but I love this. Super duper. I'm so glad I'm so glad to have it back. And I did pick up another Givenchy bronzer, this time in the shade 03. The first one that I picked up was 02, but it hard panned on me immediately, so I couldn't pick up any pigment. And so during the sale, I wanted to give it another shot because it just looks so beautiful and I really wanted it to work. Ask me why. I think it's because I love the pressed powder so much, and it's in the same packaging, it's in the same kind of format. You have the same brush in here and you open it up. Which side are we opening up from? This side right here. And here is shade number 3. Confession, I used this yesterday and it's amazing. But I think this shade, let me put it up again for you. Shade number 3, I think, is a little too warm on me, and only because of this shade right here. So I want to show you. I'm going to swatch each quadrant on the back of my hand so you can see the difference. Here are the first 3 that work perfectly for me. And do you see this one? This one really warms these up. And this swatch right here is all 4 swirled together. Gorgeous. Don't get me wrong, but on me, almost look like a blush, to be honest with you. We're going to apply it today and you'll see. All right, let's get this bronzer on, and I'm using a What's Up Beauty 202. This is what I used to apply yesterday. So I want to keep it all kind of the same, and just taking a swirl of all 4 quadrants. And as you can see, there is pigment. And let's get it on the forehead. It's so beautiful. It applies beautifully and it looks gorgeous on the cheeks. It's too warm. At the end of the day, after my entire look, it was fine. It didn't look like it was standing out on my face. But for me, and what I prefer, is a very, very neutral bronzer. And this one is definitely on the warmer side. Is it horrible? No, it's not horrible, but I don't think it's a shade for me. Let's see. Add a little bit more on this side. After I did my initial application, I went light because I wasn't sure how much pigment would be laid down. Then I concentrated on the 3 other ones that are not as warm and built it up that way. I don't want to add too much more right now because then it'll be too much bronzer. But I did want to show you what them all swirled together would look like on my light, medium, neutral complexion. Just going to get my nose a little bit as well, just down the sides, just a little dusting. Formula-wise, superb. Okay, just what I imagine it should have been, and not so much my shade. So I will be picking up 02, not keeping this one. I know I won't use it because I'm looking at myself. I look a little bit orange, a little bit on the orange side. So that's that. Good news on the formula, not so good news on the shade, but we live and learn. And actually, I just swatched next to the Hung Vanngo in Straightforward. And I don't want to show you this because of the depth, because obviously this one is darker. What I want to show you is the tone of it. This is the tone, this neutral type of shade that I prefer and I think looks better on me versus this one. All right, moving on to blush. Sadly for me, the Ilia blushes that I wanted to try are sold out on the Sephora Canada website at this point. I think there were only 2 shades still available, neither of which appealed to me. So I'm going to wait until they're back in stock and finally try that Ilia blush that I've been wanting to try. But I did pick up another shade in the MAC Glow Play. I picked up the shade True Harmony. I haven't opened this one up yet. I really hope that it's not too close to So Natural, which is the one that I already have. Here is True Harmony, and I am going to swatch it against So Natural. I'm curious myself. No, it doesn't look like they're close at all, which I'm happy about because I tend to gravitate towards the same kind of shades, of course. Get those next to each other so we can see. Oh yeah, big difference, big difference. I don't know if True Harmony might be a little dark for me. No, it's going to be fine. It'll be fine. This is True Harmony and this is So Natural because it is so natural. Perfect name for it. This one I'm going to try in another video because I do have another blush that I picked up since I couldn't pick up the Ilia. And my daughter asked for a few things and I was placing her order and she was picking one of these up to try. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to pick one up as well. And that is the Rhode blushes that I've been resisting for a while now. I don't know why. I mean, I do, but I finally took the plunge and got this little guy in the shade Tan Line. This is Tan Line. Let me swatch. I'll swatch next to the MAC. Oh, okay. I expected it to be a little bit more on the neutral side, but it is kind of rosy. I'll tell you, I did wear this last night and it does not show up as dark on me. That was a heavy swatch that I did. I'm going to use my finger just like I did last night, and I'm just going to add a little bit of this to the cheek. And you know, I got to say, it leaves like a beautiful, gorgeous finish. It's almost like a sheen, and you can just spread it out very easily. And now we're over powder, and it worked perfectly over powder. And it's just a very easy, just gorgeous, gorgeous blush. I really have no notes on this blush. It looks so pretty. I said I wasn't going to try the MAC, but I think I am going to try the MAC in True Harmony on this side. I want to see this guy right here. And just to be fair, I'm going to apply with my fingers too. Not that this is a competition or anything. I just want to apply it the same way. Yeah, these are so good. It's, like I mentioned, like a putty. And I know MAC is not available in Sephora US yet, but it will be in the new year. Do you see how you can see my little fingerprint in there? Oh, they're just so gorgeous. And I love this shade. And as I'm applying it, it dries down to like a powder. And I'm not being too fussy about my application. This is more about playing around with the formulas and the shades, but both are beautiful. The Rhode has a little bit of a glow to it, I must say, and it's gorgeous. And there is one on the MAC as well. They're a little bit different, a little bit more, I would say, on the Rhode side if my eyes aren't deceiving me. I already know I love the MAC formula, but very impressed with the Rhode blushes. They're super. Very, very nice. Very nice. Sale still going on. I don't know. I might pick up a couple more of these guys. I love the packaging too. Really, really cute. Okay, we'll see. Verdict's out on that. Glad to have this one though, and I love this shade. Okay, highlighter. I bit the bullet and I did buy the Prada in shade 1 Champagne, I think it's called. Now, this has been on my wish list for a while, but because it's just so expensive, I kept putting it off and kept putting it off. And finally, I just said, come on, just do it. Just do it and see. And see what all the fuss about this highlighter is. And let me show it to you. This is the highlighter in 01. I wore it last night. Okay. Let me tell you something. This is so smooth. This is a heavy swatch, of course, but it looks like heaven. Heaven. And I will apply it, but I do want to swatch it against my current favorite, the Dior, and I wear shade 01 Halo. And this will be the first time that I myself am swatching them next to each other. The Dior in Nude Halo, it has a little bit more gold in it, and the Prada in Champagne is a little bit more on the silver side, but I really hope you can see their reflection and their finish, and they both kind of feel the same when swatching. I got the glasses on so I can see better. So the Dior seems to have a smidge, and I mean a smidge more glitteriness. There's no sparkle in it. And the Prada next to it just looks smooth, kind of like glass. But they're very, very, very close. Very close. I'm going to bring it up closer. It's really hard to detect a difference between them, but it's going to matter what it looks like on the face. So I'm going to start with the Prada, and I don't know, should I do a side by side? I may as well, right? We're here. start with the Prada on this side, and I'm going to go in gently, lightly. Look at that reflection. Now, with the light from outside, it's really, really looking pronounced on my monitor for sure. But as I'm looking at myself in the mirror, it's not as reflective as you can see it. It looks beautiful. And last night looked beautiful. I couldn't stop looking at it in the mirror. I got to tell you. What I did do yesterday as well, though, I should mention, I applied the highlighter before I applied my blush. And so it was kind of underneath everything and kind of shining through. I haven't applied it over top of everything else before today. Okay, let's go into the Dior and we'll see what these look like side by side. So I did mention when I recommended this is that you can go very softly with this one, or you can build it up. Same with the Prada. I do have to say that you can go lightly with this one, but you have to be, I think, even more careful with it. But it is smooth. It is a smooth one, but so is the Dior. So I'm going to build this one up to get to kind of the same reflectivity that we have on the Prada side. So here is the Dior side, which is stunning, and I love it, which is why it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite, along with the Gucci, and which is why I recommend it. And then we have the Prada, which is just as beautiful, just as gorgeous, and I would say a hair smoother. Now, I'm not saying the Dior is inexpensive in any way, shape, or form, but the Prada is astronomically expensive. And from what I'm seeing on my face, I'm not sure that if I didn't know I was wearing two highlighters, that I would know I was wearing two highlighters. But I need to inspect. I need to inspect very, very closely. Excuse me, 10 times mirror from hell coming in, incoming, because I need to get really, really, really down to the nitty-gritty here. Okay, examination complete. And the conclusion is that the Prada emphasizes pores and skin a little less than the Dior. I know, but that's in a 10 times mirror. So I just noticed a little bit more, not texture, but like a little bit of pores slightly on the Dior side. But really, you're not going to be examining that. And from far away or even up close, you're not in a 10 times mirror. They look very, very similar. But yeah, really, really happy I tried the Prada. It's just a tad smoother and it looks spectacular. It totally lives up to the hype it has received. I'm sorry or happy to say. Both. It's both because it's so expensive. All right. That's enough about the highlighter. Let's move on to eyes. For eyeshadow, I picked up 3 more shades in the Mario Matte Liquid Shadow line. I already have 2. I have Chestnut and Sienna, and I ended up picking up Taupe, Bisque, and Mauve. This is Taupe, which I was worried it was going to be too cool on me, but it's not because I wore it last night and it is perfection. I love it. This is Bisque and this is Mauve. Oh, I love this formula so much. Should I swatch Chestnut and Sienna next to them too? Especially against the Taupe, just so you can see, because there's slight differences between them. I think that might be helpful if you're looking to try these out and you're wondering about shade. One sec. Okay, I had to run upstairs because I keep them next to me at all times when I'm getting ready. Okay, I have swatched them for you. And this one is Sienna, much warmer shade. And this one right here is Chestnut, which at first glance looks very similar to Taupe, but the Chestnut is warmer than Taupe. But the Taupe is not too cool of a shade for me because sometimes those don't look the best on me. I was very happy with it. I've heard people say if you have one, you don't need the other. And really at the end of the day, you probably don't. It depends if you like something slightly on the cooler side or slightly on the warmer side. They're both gorgeous though. I think I want to apply Taupe again today, just so you can see against my skin tone what it looks like. And these are so easy to use. They're so thin. You have some playtime, but then they dry down and they don't go anywhere. They don't feel heavy on your eyelids. They're the most basic of basic things that you can own in terms of eyeshadow. But my goodness, is this an amazing formula. I'm just going to add a little bit over here. The pigment applies very, very evenly, very, very smoothly. And you can build on it if you want to, but typically you don't need to. I do sometimes just on the outer part of my eye here, and I'm using a MAC 217S. You can even use your fingers to blend these out and get a nice soft edge. This shade on me is my eyelids, but better. And I think it's perfect for every day or even in the evening, because I did wear it in the evening yesterday, but I didn't want to wear a lot. I didn't want to have, you know, a whole look going on. I just put this on and it was more than enough, more than enough. All right, so this is what taupe looks like. I think I'll put mauve on, or mauve or mauve, however you pronounce it, on the other eye so we can see that one too. I haven't tried that one yet, but this one is just beautiful. I wonder how this one's gonna look on me. Doesn't seem to be showing up that much, but there is, you know, a mauviness, a pinkiness. I'm just going to use my finger to blend on this eye because I don't have another brush next to me to do that, and I'm already in it, committed. Okay, I can barely see this on. It's very subtle on me. If you have lighter skin than me, it would look fantastic because the shade itself looks beautiful. Yeah, I don't like this one. On me, on me, on me. What a gorgeous shade, but on me is not doing me any favors. It's not flattering. I don't think so. I'm glad I tried the mauve though, because now it's out of my head because I've been wanting it for so long. Now I know it's not the one for me. Okay, I'm gonna apply Bisque just right here as a brightening kind of shade, just to see, just for funsies. Again, I don't have a brush for this. I should have thought this through. Okay, well, that's nice. Let's do it on this side too. Just a little bit. And works nice as, you know, a brightening shade for sure. All over the lid as a base. Okay, so very nice. I'm glad I tried Bisque on camera with you because I felt bad not showing it on the eyelids. Okay, so I did pick up a Danessa Myricks product. It's not the light work, which I really wanted, but on Sephora Canada, it is sold out. And last I checked, it's still sold out. I'm sure it'll come back in stock after the sale is done. But I did pick up another color stick. These Color Fix dual-ended eyeshadows, and I do have one. It's number 4, I think, Artemis and Apollo. And this one I picked up because when I did the What's in Our Carts video with Fabiola Cruz Beauty, this was in her cart, and she kind of influenced me to pick up another one of these, even though I did intend on picking up more shades in this line. She kind of pushed me over the edge when I saw this. So let me show you, because I haven't opened this one up. One end of it. Oh, that is these are gorgeous, you guys. They're stunning, stunning. And here is the other side. I don't know how these are going to look on me. These are darker than I thought that they would be, but that's okay. And I was planning on adding the lighter side as an inner corner, and maybe I will. Let's try it with this one for fun. It doesn't matter. Let's just do it for fun. I'm going to pick it up on this pencil brush, something a little bit stiffer. Pop it right in that corner there. The magic of these is definitely there. They're very reflective. One is like foiled. The other one's more metallic. Oh, I'm going to bring this up a little. See, these are so much fun. Even though normally I wouldn't put like a shade like this in my inner corner. Damn, is it working? I'm going to have to do a full look with this one. So stay tuned on that. Now I'm thinking, should I just put it on top of the Mario? Now that we know what the Mario looks like, let's go for it. Okay, and see, this is what I was telling Fabi in our video, is sometimes they can be flaky, but you can easily spread them out. So Nothing of concern, just something to know. Should we do the other? Yeah, let's do the other one on this eye. I'm going to take it off because they are magnetic. Well, this is a little bit of a unplanned part of the video. This is the metallic shade, not the chrome shade. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit more of this over here and brighten up. This is not a how to apply eyeshadow video, okay? Just playing around with the shade. Yeah, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. I don't know if this is a shade for me. I'm going to have to do like a proper application of this. This was very sloppy, very, very sloppy. But at least you can get a good sense of the sparkle and the impact that you can get with these shadows. I look ridiculous right now. That's okay. We'll move on. We'll move on. I'm thinking I should title this video, Let's Get Silly with Eyeshadow. Well, I might. You never know. Anyway, I did pick up 2 eyeliners, the gel eyeliners from Hung Vanngo. I hear these are the longest lasting gel liners you could ever use. I did use the brown one last night. It stayed in my waterline. It did. Only wore it for about 5 hours. It was still there, but I am going to need to test these out for a longer period. Yes, it stayed in place along my upper lash line, my upper waterline, and my lower waterline. So this is the brown shade. It's a twist up, a very beautiful brown shade. Let me get the black one on there. And they glide on very, very easily. They're a gel, but they're not too soft. They're not too soft, which is wonderful. They almost stick, not in a way that it's hard for them to be applied. They glide, but not too quickly. They're not too creamy, and I love that about them. So I really enjoyed using the brown one yesterday. Today, I think I'm just going to apply, the black one, which I haven't used, and I'm just going to add it to my waterline down here, and I'm going to wear it for the rest of the day, and I will let you know below how long it lasted. I almost poked myself in the eye. Oh yeah, this is black. This is really black, and I love that. Just going to pull it out just a little bit on the corner, just a smidge to extend that lash line. I'm not going to fuss too much about it because the eyes are a little bit wacky at the moment, but having used it yesterday, I can tell you that they're a wonderful formula, long lasting for as long as I actually wore it yesterday. And like I said, today I will wear it for many, many, many hours, and we'll let you know for sure. You do have some nice playtime with this liner, but then it dries down, which is great. I'm just using my finger to pull out a little bit to create a little bit of a wing. And this is about a minute after I've applied, actually longer on this side, and you can still work with it. It's a little bit drier, but really, really great formula. Fantastical. Okay, let's add some mascara. I only picked up the Sephora Collection Size Up mascara. I have the brown one. I am down to nothing. And so I replaced that one. And then while I was at it, I picked up, oh no, that's the black one. This is the brown one. I picked up a black one to try, and I also picked up the blue one too, which would be fun. But if I didn't have purple and pink all over my eyes, I probably would have thrown this on had I left the Mario shadow on. But I think I'm just going to apply the black. Here's the wand. I didn't even show you. I think I've shown this mascara on my channel a lot. So sometimes I forget that not everybody may have seen. It's kind of jaggedy. It's kind of all over the place. And I love this wand, and I love this mascara because it gives me everything that I need in a mascara, because I have wimpy lashes, and I need volume, I need length, I need curl, I need lift, I need it all. I need it all. And this provides it all to me. All right, so that's just one layer, and I will build this up, do the other eye, and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I've added mascara, this shade in the Danessa Myricks Color Fix Sticks, number 2, pretty fabulous. I don't know, I have to sit on it. A big improvement from my initial thoughts on how it looked on me. Shades are gorgeous, like I said, don't get me wrong. It's just how I feel that they they look on me. I think we're ready to move on to lips. Okay, the lips category might be a little bit tough only because I don't want to be rubbing on Pima here and make her all gross and really angry. So I'm gonna do the best I can and show you as much as possible. So I did pick up another Violette FR Bisou Balm. I already have two, but I picked up the shade Batiste. This gorgeous, amazing lip balm. They're a balm. They will nourish your lips and deposit this kind of cloud-like color, and you can just tap, 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 tap it out, and it gives you that beautiful blurred lip. Just so you can see, this is the shade, and this is what it looks like when it's on the lips. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm gonna swatch Calisson and Rose Fumé, I think it's called, next to it, so you can get an idea of shades. So that's the new one, Batiste. This is Calisson, and this is Rose Fumé. These look kind of close, but you do have to kind of work it in, almost break the seal. When you first get these, it doesn't deposit as much pigment as when you start working it in. A little bit more will come out. Oh, there we go. See, I worked it in a little bit more. Now you can see that it is deeper than Rose Fumé. Absolutely stunning. I think I'll start building my collection of these. I use them daily, whether I'm going out, whether I'm not going out, because they nourish my lips. They feel so, so good, and they deposit a very, very subtle, gorgeous kiss of color to your lips, and I love them so much. I'm not going to apply that one today to save this situation going on, but I did pick up another shade in the Hung Vanngo lipsticks, and this one is called, it's called Nothing Impossible. Nothing Impossible, right there. These are so creamy, a wonderful formula. I am going to apply some liner first, and I will use the Hung Vanngo. It's called Follow the Natural Shape. I just looked it up, and I think would look great with this. I'll be right back because it's hard to talk when I do this. All right, let's get Nothing Impossible on the lips now that we have the liner on. It's got like a peachiness to it, but it's not too peach. It's not too concealer lips, but it's neutral leaning. Does it go with the eyes? Absolutely not. Right? Oh, I love it. Yep. Okay, one last item because it's getting dark out there and I'm going to have lighting problems. As usual, I picked up the Refi liquid lipstick in the shade Rosa, and it has this cool little applicator. Ooh, it's fuzzy, and then there's a metal tip in there. You can't see, when it gets dark, it won't focus. Okay, this one I might need to leave for another video, but I am going to swatch it for you. It's a clicky twist up. Okay, already there is not ideal for me. Not a fan of that, but that's okay. It's okay. And as we all know, the first click up is 1,000 years long. Okay, not that long. It didn't take as long as some other click ups. So I'm seeing the pigment coming through here. Okay, I don't want to click up too much, but I am going to do, I'll do a swatch. Oh, because it's really coming out now. See, that's why I don't like these clickety click clack Barbatrick things, because look at the shade. Because you can't control sometimes how much you click up. Look at this shade. Please focus for me, please. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring it back here for it to focus. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm gonna have to report back to you on this one because A, my cold sore situation, and B, completely losing light because it's not late in the day, it's just so dark and gloomy out there, and I can't believe this kind of all is working despite the fact that we have two different blushes on. My eyes are a mishmash of everything, and two different highlighters, although they're very, very similar. You know what, I changed my mind. I'm going to be careful because I really want to apply this lipstick on. I'm going to take off the Hung Vanngo and apply the Refi one. Okay, let's get this on and see what it feels like going on too. Because of that cooling tip, it feels very interesting. Again, I don't know how much I should click up. So I like how this has that pointed tip there. So you can be precise along your lip line. And the pigment goes on pretty smooth. Ooh, my lips have like a glossiness to them, but it's not like a gloss. It's just a shine. And I know I can barely see, so I know I've messed this up along here. Oh my God, the worst makeup application video. And I think I like this shade even though it's darker than I usually go. I think I like it. And I think it goes even better with the eyes. Aside from application, what do we think? Well, alrighty then. I'm so glad I tried it. I really am. Oh, this is gorgeous. Gorgeous. The influencer hands. Okie dokie, that is it. That is all for this video. I had so much fun playing with all of this new makeup. I really hope you found this video helpful. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already. That would be amazing. Follow me on Instagram too, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully. Bye.